In today's lesson on text formatting and manipulating, so we are going to learn about text manipulating and formatting. So this is a lesson following the lesson editing key in and editing text in a Microsoft Word browser. So the first thing that we're supposed to look at, we're going to look at a number of things that we can use to manipulate and also format text. So like for example, we're going to start by first defining what text manipulation and formatting is. So if we can think for a moment what text manipulating and formatting is, and there we go. So this is the changing and editing of text to fit the user's need. In another way, you can also say it is the reviewing of the text to make it more visible and appealing to the user. So if you want to make the text more appealing to the user, like for example, you want to change its font size, you want to change also, the font type, that's how you manipulate text. You want to put it the way you want it to be. Now, how do we manipulate text? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. How do we manipulate text? So, you need to select the text to be edited. For example, if you want to select the word thank you, what you need to do is highlight the word thank you and then change it to the way you want it to be. Then click on the icon on the ribbon that fits your need. Like for example, if you want to change the text to font size 5, you just go to you just go on the home tab and then you click on Microsoft, you click on font size, and then you can change font size. You will see this as we go on later in the video. Then just deselect the text so that you don't have to select it. You don't have to make mistakes again after you've already done the changes. So let's just get into it. So here is a demonstration of what I was just talking about. If you want to change the font size, you can see from here there is a font size here so you select this text. Like for example, this text was selected, and then they changed the font size to a font that you need. Then these are some of the things that you can use to select font, changing font. This is for capital letter or case, and then this is if you want to change the color of the text, the color of the background, and then this is the color of the text if you want to underline the text, and also if you want to italicize, or if you want to make the text bold. And then from here, this is where you change your font from, and then you change your font size from here. Okay, so let's proceed to another part of this video, and we're saying how to change font and font size. So this is quite important. There we go. So if you want to change font size, you just come on this ribbon, in the ribbon, and then you click on there, and then you find a lot of font size, a lot of fonts from there, and then you can change the font to what you want. So then you can change font size using, as I demonstrated earlier, using the font size icon in there. You can also use these two buttons, this one and this one. It makes the font smaller, and this one makes the font bigger. All right, the next part of this lesson is about shortcuts. So one of the most important aspects of changing, editing text and also changing its fonts and everything, you can also use shortcuts. Now shortcuts were embedded using you're supposed to use the keyboard to edit text and all that. So like for example, if you want to copy text, you select it or highlight it. After highlighting, then you say Control+C, and then you copy. So if you want to paste that text, you just click Control and V. Then it will be done. And then if you want to undo past changes, like for example you did something and then you want to undo it, so what you do is just Control Z and you will have, you know, those changes, you know, undone. And this is, you know, faster than as earlier anticipated. So it's quite faster to use shortcuts in order to, you know, minimize time. And then another aspect that we're going to talk about in shortcuts is how to redo changes which were undone. Like for example, you did something and then you had to undo it, but then you realize, okay, this is what I want to do. Then you want to redo that, you know, that change. You can use Control Y. So Control Y helps us redo, you know, changes that we earlier undone, and this also helps to make sure that we don't make mistakes during our presentations. And then there we go. So if you want to align texts, like for example you want text to be, you know, starting from the left, you want the text to be starting from the right, if you want the text to be starting from, you know, the center, or you want the text to be justified, you use that. So let's just see what left align really mean. Control L means you are left aligning the text. It means it will be justified only on the left side. And then Control E helps us to, you know, have a text center aligned, so which means the text will be starting from the middle and then they'll be going from both sides. And then also Control R, which means the text will be right aligned, which means only be justified on one end, which is the right side, and then the other side will be actually, you know, not justified. Then we have the last one, which is Justify, which will make sure that the text are justified on both ends. They'll be straight on both ends. And this, you know, this is what is acceptable in most of the assignments that we write. So the last part of this is just saying thank you to the viewers, and also make sure you watch this space as we follow, you know, new other pages, new other videos, so that we can do some tutorials. Thank you so much.
Mfeshi yako inzonika.